Chargers and the Pittsburgh Steelers versus Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
At the confluence of the three rivers, the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela, we are here at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Ravens offense set to go to work, and it's Lamar Jackson now in his 6th NFL campaign who will lead the way.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They start the drive on the ground with Lewis. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And oh, right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So the Steelers now in great shape to begin their initial possession. Leading them out, the last active player remaining from the 05 draft, and a name that dominates headlines year-round, Aaron Rodgers.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there, with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Jackson now off the bootleg. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. second down run with Lewis. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Third down and 13. Jackson now. They find some open field here. And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Now Lewis here on first down, and he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. Well, look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Nice move by Lewis. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10, right at the 40. And now Jackson will look to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Throwing is Jackson. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 30. Shotgun handoff for Lewis. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Jackson. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. You look at this Steeler defense, and this unit very tough to throw against. Currently second best in the NFL.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
19 yards that time for number 19.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the team. And they've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And let's remember that last week that this offense, they played about as well as they possibly could play. Touchdown after touchdown. They were absolutely unstoppable in that game. They'll be hard-pressed to do it again, repeat that type of performance. But, boy, were they sensational just a week ago.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
They'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 55 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Well, they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Here's Rodgers. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Rodgers going to Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown Steelers. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers add 6 to their lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Extra point forthcoming. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was finished off by a George Pickens touchdown grab. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. Here's 2nd and 10 as they've got it as we resume action. Here's Holmes. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Now Jackson working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
He'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Again, Jackson will keep it. And maybe Shane's in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. This caught. Reception by Holmes. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker, that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
Facing 4th down, Baltimore will punt. Jordan Stout out there. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. And meanwhile, Rodgers throw complete here to his receiver Brown. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. Now Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he'll be upended at the 33, following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Throwing is Rodgers. And that is caught. It's Davis. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Rodgers to throw once more. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
He'll find Smith-Schuster again. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers are able to extend their lead. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. From the gun, Jackson. Over the middle, that's caught by Owens. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's...
And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Rodgers to throw on second down. That one complete to Bettis.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. He got 29 yards that time.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And Davis has it over the middle. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. On first and 10, here's Rodgers. Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up second down. Rodgers again now. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So on fourth down here, Mike Tomlin says, let's just get 3. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And his kick here is good. And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points.
It's going to take over late in this first half. And Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here. But with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. But they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Now it's Jackson. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Owens. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Jackson. Holmes has got it complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And that one getting close to halftime with the Falcons out in front. The Falcons trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And in that one, it's the visiting Giants who have the lead. Odell Beckham, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And that one, all tied. In our game has been Aaron Rodgers, who is on target in the first half. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. Short throw, that's caught by Davis. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Here's a 2nd and 5. Now Rodgers. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Rodgers now to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And again, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Rodgers' throw complete there to Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now they try the right side here. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. From the gun, it's Rodgers. incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. Throwing now is Rodgers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the fourth down.
They'll try and run for it. So the decision to go for it turns out to be a good one. They get a couple of yards, and as a result, the drive keeps moving. It's now 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this time he is in.
Yes.
A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Now for the point after. And that'll increase their lead to 28. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. This taken in right around the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Here's 3rd and a few inches.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. With it is Brown.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
Rodgers now on first down. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he's brought down. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. To throw, it's Rodgers. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the fourth quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field?
On first down, Rodgers. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Davis. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. On play action, Rodgers. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Pat Fryermuth,
His first touchdown on the year.
and the Steelers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
This is where, as a tight end, you've got to really sell that this is a run. They're going to fake the give, hope the linebackers bite, and here they do just enough. That split second, that's all it takes for that tight end to leak out into the end zone. Touchdown.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA.
Jackson now.
Quick slant here to Smith.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Jackson. He finds his man complete. It's Holmes. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the gun, it's Jackson. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On third down, Jackson. It's caught on the right side. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And I don't know that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd down and 6.
Now a give up the middle to Bettis. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
105 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Juju in motion left. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Roquan Smith, the All-Pro, the former Bear, is there to make the stop.
That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. And the Steelers on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one sails out.
His offense set for this next possession. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Jackson. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, Hal, because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers.
He finds Pickens over the middle.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. play action. It's Rodgers. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Juju in motion left. He'll get it here on the jet sweep.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
So on 4th down here, Mike Tomlin says, let's just get 3. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now Jackson on 2nd down.
He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. Shouting through the defense. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Jackson on 1st down.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. And incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side. And an
for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
132 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
2nd and 5. Hands it off out of the gun.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Steelers, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.
The Steelers earn the win at home as we say so long from Pittsburgh.